Iran's anger has put Gulf countries on fire. Cities, refineries, foreign bases, everything has been on the target of Iranian revenge for killing of their supreme leader and an unprovoked invasion. Could this be the beginning of an all-Islamic NATO because of an apparent abandonment by United States? Bruised Gulf allies have hinted that this could be in the offing. Here is what is happening. In a dramatic show of unity, a powerful bloc of Arab and Islamic nations has come together in Riyadh, issuing a rare joint statement against Iran. From Saudi Arabia and United Arab Emirates to Turkey and Pakistan, the message is loud and coordinated. The group has accused Iran of launching missile and drone attacks targeting civilian infrastructure, including oil facilities, airports, and residential zones, calling these strikes unjustifiable and dangerous. And now, the strongest voice from the Gulf. Saudi Foreign Minister Faisal bin Farhan has directly accused Tehran of blackmail and aggression, rejecting its justification outright. Listen in.
As we have repeatedly warned of the risks of continuing escalation policies, seeking to spare the region further tension out of our shared awareness and commitment to let wisdom prevail through peaceful solutions, Iran's insistence on violating the principles of good neighborliness has eroded trust in it regionally and internationally. In this regard, we stress the urgent need to immediately stop Iranian attacks and reject Iran's attempts to shirk responsibility for these assaults, which targeted residential areas as well as civilian and critical facilities, causing human losses and significant material damage to the national interests of Arab and Islamic countries.
But this goes even further. Riyadh is now dismantling Iran's core justification for targeting US-linked bases in the region, calling it a weak argument and a cover for coercion.
I believe this weak argument of targeting the U.S. presence should not convince any reasonable person who sees the facts, especially since the countries I mentioned, led by the kingdom, had sent clear messages to Iran before the operations began that these states would not allow their territories to be used in any way to attack Iran, and that any presence of friendly countries there would be limited to self-defense. This is based on pre-existing relations and has nothing to do with the current tensions. Even in the kingdom, most of the U.S. presence is related to anti-ISIS operations under the anti-ISIS coalition. All these excuses and reasons are an attempt by Iran to cover up the strategic truth, which is that it is pursuing a policy of blackmail to achieve political goals. What I want the Iranian side to understand is that neither the kingdom nor the Gulf states will accept blackmail.
At the same time, the bloc is warning of massive global fallout. Any disruption to key routes like the Strait of Hormuz could hit not just oil, but food supply chains, with fertilizer prices already surging. Even in Washington, the alarm is visible. Listen in.
In the president's war of choice with Iran, a war that has already killed 13 service members, cost Americans, taxpayers, billions of dollars, and scrambled supply chains from oil to fertilizer to aluminum, nobody answered the call when the president asked our allies to help reopen the Strait of Hormuz.
That's the contradiction. While Washington struggles to rally allies, the region itself is closing ranks. Is this the beginning of a new security alignment in the Islamic world, or just a temporary coalition under pressure? One thing is clear: the Gulf is no longer waiting, and the message to Iran is direct, unified, and uncompromising.